Fear isn't the enemy, it's a compass pointing us toward growth. Too often we see fear as a weakness to hide or a monster to defeat. But what if fear is simply a messenger trying to guide us? Maya's story began behind a perfect smile that hid a quiet struggle. On the surface, her life looked ideal, but inside she felt empty. A persistent fear whispered she wasn't enough. The perfection she projected became both her shield and her cage. Sometimes, the bravest thing we can do is admit we're afraid, and that's where Maya's real story starts. Fear quietly shaped Maya's every choice. She over-prepared, rehearsed conversations, and avoided risks, not out of diligence, but out of fear of being exposed. New opportunities were left behind, dreams deferred, all for the illusion of safety. She hid her struggles, always answering, "Great," when asked how she was. The performance was exhausting, leaving her isolated even among friends. Fear kept her from true vulnerability, building walls where she longed for bridges. She listened to others but rarely shared her own world. This imbalance created a subtle loneliness. Fear was the silent architect of her isolation. Sometimes the whispers of fear become a roar. For Maya, this happened on a quiet night alone in her apartment. Too tired to distract herself, she sat in silence as her fears surfaced. Worries about her job, future, and relationships flooded her mind. The voice of fear shouted, "You're not good enough, you're all alone." Tears came and the perfect facade shattered. In that raw moment, she stopped fighting her fear and simply let it be. She allowed herself to feel the full weight of her anxiety and sadness. It was terrifying, but also strangely liberating. In surrendering, she found a sliver of stillness. These feelings were part of her. The night was long, but as dawn approached, she realized the fear hadn't destroyed her. She was still there, breathing, existing. The experience stripped away her defenses, leaving her vulnerable but open. And it left her with a question. What if I stop fighting fear and start listening to it? This was the beginning of a new path. Sometimes, the darkest nights reveal the first light of change. Maya was ready to listen. After that night, Maya felt fragile, but also curious. She realized her fear wasn't a monster, but a scared child needing kindness. Instead of judging or silencing her fear, she tried listening with compassion. She acknowledged fear when it arose. Okay, fear is here. I feel anxious. Naming it without judgment created space to breathe. She learned fear often carried messages, sometimes warnings, often echoes of old wounds. By listening, she understood what her fear was trying to protect. Self-kindness became her new practice. When her inner critic spoke, she challenged it. Would I say this to a friend? She offered herself comfort. It's okay to feel this way. You're doing your best. These small acts of kindness softened her anxiety. Fear didn't disappear, but its grip loosened. She discovered being kind to herself was necessary, not selfish. She allowed herself to rest, forgave mistakes, and celebrated small victories. This gentle approach changed her relationship with fear. She was learning to be her own ally. Healing began with kindness, and kindness, she realized, was a powerful antidote to fear. Maya's healing wasn't about grand gestures, but small, daily steps. She started journaling each morning, writing her thoughts and feelings without judgment. This helped her untangle her mind and recognize patterns. The journal became a safe space for honesty and self-reflection. She also found peace in nature, short walks in the park, noticing the world around her. Nature grounded her, reminding her she was part of something bigger. Mindfulness became another tool, a few minutes each day, focusing on her breath, observing thoughts without getting lost in them. She learned she was not her thoughts, but the observer of them. This realization gave her power to choose which thoughts to engage with. Slowly, she reconnected with her true desires and authentic voice. She started saying no to what drained her, yes to what nourished her. She shared more openly with trusted friends. Discovering vulnerability was a bridge, not a weakness. These daily actions transformed her mindset and behavior. She was building a new foundation, one of self-awareness, compassion, and peace. Healing was a journey, not a destination. And every small step mattered. Maya was finally learning to live, not just perform. Inner peace was becoming her new home. Maya's story is not unique. Many of us wear smiles while storms rage within. We carry unspoken fears and self-doubt, feeling isolated in our struggles. But you are not broken. You are awakening to the parts of yourself that need healing. Fear, when overwhelming, is not a punishment. It's a signal. It's telling you something is out of alignment, inviting you to look deeper. Like a check engine light, fear asks for curiosity and compassion, not judgment. Your story is not over. This struggle is a turning point, not your final chapter. You have the capacity to learn from your fears and cultivate inner peace. It begins with small steps, listening to yourself, being kind, choosing a new response to fear. You are stronger and more resilient than you think. Choose peace. Listen to your inner wisdom. Treat yourself with the kindness you offer others. As you find your way, share your light and hope. Let others know they're not alone. Fear can be a guide, not a jailer. We're all on this journey together. Your awakening can inspire others. Choose peace. Embrace your growth. Your story is still unfolding, and it is a story worth telling. The journey begins with a single courageous step.